Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to be showing you the oldest pieces that I have in my wardrobe. These are not vintage because that would be cheating, but are pieces that I bought new a long time ago and that I have been wearing consistently throughout my life. Some of these pieces are probably 10 years old. I am not talking about luxury here. One of you guys left me a comment last week asking me how I felt about fast fashion. Buying fast fashion, it was an H&M haul. If you didn't watch it, I'll link it here. And I feel a little torn about it because on one side, I think it can be a very wasteful, very materialistic way of shopping if you just do it without thinking, if you just buy new things constantly without really considering if they will be useful or not. But most of the pieces that I'm going to show you today are either fast fashion or very, very affordable. So I do think you can go about it in a more sustainable, considerate way. But before we begin the video, let me remind you to subscribe to my newsletter. A new one is going out this week. I'm not sure which day, maybe like Saturday or something like that. And I'll be touching upon a few themes that I think can be very, very relevant for you in this time of year. I'll be giving you some packing tips for the holidays. I will have a selection of pieces on sale. A lot of summer sales are going on right now, so you can snap up a few essentials here and there. So make sure you subscribe. I'll leave the link down below in the description of this video. And if you want to see something specific on the newsletter, leave it in the comments below because we're still in time. We can still sneak something in. Beginning with this beige kind of ecru shell top. You look at it at the hanger and it looks like nothing. But this is one of my most worn pieces ever. I probably got this maybe 8-9 years ago and I have been wearing it consistently ever since. First of all, the color is just spot on if you want something that is versatile but that complements your skin tone. Given that it has that tinge of warmth, it really just makes you look a little bit more alive without being a stark white. So it'll brighten you up, it'll illuminate you in a way, but it won't be too flashy. The shape of it is a classic shell with a neckline that is a little bit more closed off. Other than it being in this genius shade of ecru, the fact that it is a basic allows you to wear this with anything, with pants, with shorts, with skirts, with blazers over it, with wraps. You always look a little bit more put together because it is a more flowier fabric, but it still has some structure. The higher neckline will always make you look a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more elongated in a way. It is sleeveless, but it covers a little bit of the shoulder as well, so gives you, again, that elegant, sophisticated feel, but without feeling too warm. It's a great length for tucking into high-waisted pants or skirts. You can even play a little bit by untucking it a bit and having some volume around the waist because it's not puffy, it's not voluminous. It's just the perfect summer top. I love it so much that I actually have it in two other colors. So this is the ecru, then I have it in this sort of neon print that I don't wear as often, but is much more versatile than you would think. And then this more delicate kind of blush pink with the same creamy ecru white. The print is almost like a toile de jouy effect, but it's just a floral. And at the time, they were even doing it in a dress version that I loved to wear, but I managed to stain. And this will never come off because it's ink. So I just keep it for no reason at all, but it's a very simple dress. I used to wear this a lot as a little beach cover-up in this gorgeous shade of sky blue that looks phenomenal with a tan. So here's a tip. If you like something and the way it looks, get it in multiple colors. And similarly to those tops, I also have these skirts. This is the black version and I'm wearing the white one. An A-line, kind of knee length, simple, easy to style skirt. This is a lifesaver if you love more delicate, more feminine, more refined looks. The length of it is so perfect because you can pull it off with heels, with kitten heels, with flats. You can even wear this with knee-high boots during the colder months. It looks beautiful. Has that higher waist that allows you to tuck things in, even allows you to belt it as well. It has some movement, so it's not going to be constrictive, it's not going to be in the way. It's an absolute classic silhouette that looks very flattering, will sort of hug you in all the right places but give you freedom of movement. You can dress this up, you can dress this down. This also must be 10 years old, these two skirts. I bought them together. Again, I liked it. I bought it in every color they had and I've just been wearing them ever since. Everybody asked me where I got them. It was this little tiny shop close to my office in Brazil. I must have paid like 20 bucks for each one of them and they more than paid for themselves, I have to say. Then I have these dresses, and these are the source of a lot of frustration among my followers because a lot of you ask me where they're from and they are no longer available. And I know a good blogger slash YouTuber slash content creator shouldn't wear things that aren't available for shopping, but I just love the way they look so much. These were a partnership between a big retailer called CNA. They're French, but in Brazil they're huge. And another brand called Issa, which used to be a huge brand in the past, but I don't even think they exist anymore actually. And they specialized in knits. So that sort of Hervé Léger, Missoni territory. And they developed this collection that was so beautiful. I got these two dresses from that collection. The first one being a midi full skirt, kind of boat neck style that is just to die for. I don't have a lot of reds in my wardrobe, so whenever I wear something in red, it really pops and I feel very glamorous and very stylish. The fact that it is a knit will give you that weight, so even though it is closer to the body in the upper part, the weight of the fabric and the density of it will kind of prevent showing lines, being too revealing, kind of see-through. I hate that, but this is a very thick knit. On the back, you kind of have a little bit of a scoop, not too much, extremely flattering on the body. And the other one is the same fabric, so again, that ribbed knit. I managed to actually ruin the sleeves with a hanger. I'll never forgive myself, but that's okay. This is almost like an off-the-shoulder, again, a boat neck, but a little bit more open neckline, very flattering as well. It has the shorter sleeves. It's a shorter length. Beautiful for summer. The color in this cobalt blue, very striking, very brightening, very optimistic. And I think this is a good example. If you feel insecure, if you're not really sure if you want to add fast fashion pieces to your wardrobe, maybe go for collabs because they're usually higher quality, the design is a little bit more different, and you're getting something that is a little bit more special, limited edition, so it's not a huge production line. But yeah, I love these. They look so much more expensive than they actually are, which just goes to show you don't have to spend a ton of money to look fabulous. Next piece is probably maybe 12 years old. I got this in H&M. This was actually my first purchase at an H&M store. We didn't have H&M in Brazil, so whenever I managed to travel abroad, which wasn't very often, I just had to get something. It was almost like buying designer for me at the time. And I came across this skirt, and when I tried it on, I was just gobsmacked at the silhouette and the cut of it. This is also a more voluminous style, but if you look at it up close, you'll see that it has the pleating. So this adds volume to the waist and to the hips, making it look so statement, so much more fashionable, with almost like a retro 1950s silhouette that I adore. The fact that it is a black background with the white flowers makes it a little bit more modern. I think that if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be as interesting. And the print itself is a bit more graphic, so even though it is a floral, it's more of a graphic kind of contemporary floral that makes things a little bit more interesting. I love the cut of this skirt so much that I'm probably going to take it to a seamstress and try to replicate it in a bunch of colors and prints, because by golly, I wear this a lot. Going back to a more basic situation, my cream cigarette pants, you guys see me wearing this constantly. I got this again in Brazil in a tiny little shop. I love these pants so much. You guys know how I'm very particular about the kind of pants that I like. I have a very finicky body type. I have bigger hips, bigger thighs, but a tiny waist, and then I'm short, and I don't like things clinging, but at the same time I don't like anything baggy. So finding the right pants is a true mission in my life, and this ticks all of those boxes. The color, just like the first top that I showed you, is a little bit warmer, so it's easier to style, very in tune with everything else that I have in my wardrobe. Won't look dirty, because I know that a lot of white pants can look a little bit dirty after you wear them for a few times. The fabric is a little bit thicker, so it doesn't show panty lines, cellulite, all of the things that I really don't want people to see. And it has a little bit of give, but not too much, so it adapts to the body but still keeps its structure. I think that with pants that are pull-on, because this has the elasticated waist, it can very easily go into pajama territory if it doesn't have the right fabric. The back of it has sort of these fake pockets that give it the illusion of a more sartorial piece. It hits just around my ankles, which is the perfect length to wear with any types of shoes, and makes any type of shoe look way more chic and sophisticated. You can even wear this with sneakers and it elevates them. The only thing that I wish was different about the pants is the elasticated part, just because I cannot tuck things in. I really don't like the look of the elastic part being visible, but other than that, these are the GOAT of pants. This dress has a very special place in my heart because I got it the first time I went to Paris. And again, Uniqlo doesn't exist in Brazil. And I saw this dress and immediately I thought Brigitte Bardot, Grace Kelly, Audrey Hepburn could have worn this for like a summer outing. How beautiful is this? Again, the more closed off neckline, we're seeing a theme here. In this beautiful kind of, is this what they call seersucker? This very thin kind of striped fabric. This is a cotton, but a very light cotton, so very breathable. It almost reminds me of kind of a candy striper apron. You know, the girls that work in hospitals with the pink version of what this would be. It has that very sleek, very simple upper part, and then a little bit of volume, a little bit of movement in the skirt. It also came with a little belt that is here somewhere that I will probably never find again, but that's not a problem because this looks great with any belt. It has little pockets, so very useful as well. The length of it is longer than most people wear, so you kind of stand out in a very simple, a very pared down dress. People kind of cannot point to what makes it so interesting because of the simplicity of it, but it is absolutely a beaut. An accessory that I've had for a long time is this belt. This is basically elastic in this rust kind of brown color that, again, super neutral, goes with a lot of things in my wardrobe. And what I love about it is the simplicity of it. Even though it has details, so you can see the buckle is this sort of woven knot golden buckle, very simple and very easy to pair with anything. And even though it is already an elastic, it also has these little buckles that you can regulate, so you can fasten it as much as you want to or as little as you want to. Perfect belt to wear if you're eating Chinese for dinner. And I love to take this in trips because it takes up absolutely no space. The fact that it's also really thin is great to pair with dresses. Maybe you want something a little bit more delicate, you don't want something as thick. Probably cost 30 bucks or something like that, and I've never stopped wearing it ever since I got it maybe 12 years ago. It's the simple things in life. These little sandals are my absolute favorite pair of sandals. I love the snake design on them. You can see that the head of the snake has a little bit of bedazzling, but it is mostly metal, so very easy to pull off day to day. I got this for my honeymoon, but I think maybe a year before, so this is probably 7 years old. I wish it looked a little bit better, but I've worn it so much. You can see there's threads coming out, the soles are really worn out. One of my nightmares would be if this broke and I wouldn't be able to wear it again, because I love this design so much. It's very simple, very similar to what a lot of brands are doing right now, with that kind of minimalist, very naked foot kind of style. But at the time that I got these, no one did them, and they were always a success wherever I went. Very flattering on the foot, great if you want to just add a bit of detail without an overwhelming element of design. Just love myself some flat sandals, and these are no exception. And lastly, it's not really a specific product but a category of shoes. I'm showing you these because the one that I really love is actually in my cobbler, because I had to fix the buckles. One of them broke off because I wore it so much. That one is probably 12 years old. I'll add a little insert here so you know what I'm talking about. But the two-strap sandal, oh my god, these are absolutely something you need in your wardrobe today. If you're going to get just one thing from this video, get this, because it's the type of sandal that is comfortable. You see that all of mine are in this very low height, so we're not talking about vertiginously high heels. We're talking about something that is very manageable. I have it in black, I have it in nude, but my absolute favorite is in this royal blue. It seems like a color that will be hard to style, but the fact that the design is so minimalistic, and comparing to all of the other things that I have in my wardrobe, it just works. It can be that little touch of color if you are wearing, for instance, something very neutral, a beige, a white, a black, or it can be coordinated with other shades of blue and it looks beautiful. I love how it kind of elevates whatever you're wearing, because you can really feel like you need really high heels to be elegant, to feel dressed up, and that is simply not true. Just adding a little bit of height will give you that effect without you risking killing yourself. So you can bet your booty that these will probably still be in my wardrobe 12 years from now. This is it, everyone. What are some pieces that you have in your wardrobe that you have been wearing consistently for the last decades and you feel like everybody needs in their closet? Share with the group. Oh, and leave me also a few ideas of videos or suggestions or requests of things that you want to see on the channel. Summer is fast approaching and I want to kind of batch a little bit of content, maybe shoot a few videos in advance, and I'm always thinking of things kind of last minute, so I need to kind of get a schedule. So if you want to see something specific, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see each other again next time. Bye bye.